Hello everyone, welcome back. Today is day 19. Yesterday I promised I'll be analyzing some games before we go, so let's quickly do a review. The story is, yesterday night, well, the entire story is, after I left you guys with this draw, I went on to play a game against NFM in a simultaneous exhibition. Well, he's rated 2600, and in the end, we lost. But actually, I would say it's quite an interesting game. So it's the King's Indian, and then we played the main line, even though here, generally what white does is that he retreats, then I might play knight h6, or perhaps g5 first, and then knight h6 anyway, to support f5 and then f4. But he went for bishop c1, making me slightly better in this position. And then after f5, we successfully consolidated into a slightly better position, and our pieces are better positioned, and then the crucial mistake from him is rook c1. This missed the move knight e6, a powerful move that is attacking this weak bishop and this weak knight. So after he retreats, we play queen c6, and he is already in some trouble. His response was queen c2. We played knight to d4, and after takes, we brought our rook over. By then I'm expecting this move, which I can take here. Rather, he played f3, and of course in this situation I should just take and then go for this. But at that moment, I'm just a bit way too tense. I just mind slipped, thought he's gonna play this, and then just went and took the pawn. The reason I did such a thing is that we're playing this simultaneous exhibition. He's got 65 minutes, he's playing like 10, 20 of us, and I've got 5 minutes. There's no bonus time. And since I'm not fully trying to like sit there for 60 minutes straight and play the game, I'm also doing something else. So it also takes time to navigate here and then to the other page as well. So that meant my time is dropping really fast, even though I didn't really think much in these moves. My time is just dropping super fast. It takes me like at least 10 seconds to make a move, which is getting me super tense, and I thought hopefully I can create an attack or something and then actually convert my advantage, and I'm just playing a bit too fast, I mind slipped, and this is simply a loss. That's kind of unfortunate. But later in that day, we went on to play 2 more games, which turned out that day was actually very lucky for me, because in total I played 7 games, and one of them is casual. All 6 rated game, I won 5 and drew 1, which is just a super great day for me. So in this game is the Catalan, a powerful weapon from white, and this is what the top players play. Even though we're sacrificing 2 pawns, we've got this active positioning of our knights and our bishops. Our queen is well placed. He is having some trouble over here. The c6 square can be targeted, and he is also having slow development, meaning he is having a weak king. Now this allows me to play the following moves, and now he played c5. I took here, and actually it is simply over. This move makes him simply lost. On to the third game. The third game here, a really tense game against a 2465. The French defense, the Tarrasch variation, and then everything is just the main line for like a ton of moves. And then finally, I think the deviation was somewhere here. And his idea probably is to throw on an attack. And honestly, defensive skills is an important part of chess as well. So I played this, requesting an exchange, the purpose of which is to avoid a potential bishop f6 exchange, causing my h7 pawn to be weak. In this case, after he played this, we played g6, we doubled our rooks, and now he basically doesn't have an attack. There is no way to break apart this pawn structure. That means, after he played a rook d1, a blunder, he blundered this pawn, he played b3 further, and then I just simply took on c3, and this is materially winning for me. But of course, we need to prove that we're winning, and these are some crucial moves. We first attempt to trade off our pieces. Then we managed to pin the knight to the queen, and after he played this, we simply moved over, and there is no good way to defend this knight, which resulted in me winning the game. So, after my analysis, let us play the game of today, potentially 2, and in a way we should be successfully reaching 1,000 games today, also an important day. Let us get started in the action. Okay, here we go, 2309. Let's take revenge on this unfortunate 2300. Here the line should be this. Oh, now that is transposition. Into this line. Let's first get our king castled. Now, let's request a trade. And he played rook a to d1. Now let's continue with our plan of the opening. So g3, understandable. Let's first knock his bishop out for safety reasons. And actually, most of the squares are covered, so he probably should take here. Let's pre-move takes ourselves. But if he takes, I'll be bringing my bishop over. So he actually didn't take, and went for bishop c1. Okay. Let's play this. Still trying to force him to take my bishop. And indeed, he did. If he had moved his bishop away, we would have played here, and then something like this to attack the king, because there's many weak squares around it. Rather, he took, so now in the near future we can utilize our bishop on these squares, even though this knight is slightly annoying. And of course, this move is supporting this pawn. I don't really want to just settle for this bishop to land here yet. I want to keep it flexible, so we will be using our bishop to defend this pawn. Using our rook to defend this pawn. Now, a common motif here would be to reroute this bishop with bishop f8, and of course defend these squares. After you play h6, generally with black, you should put this move in if you're trying to ensure your king safety. And now this move comes in, making a lot of sense. Now, ideally, I would like my bishop to land here. It will be really comfortable, but how is the question? I don't see a perfect square for the bishop. Let's go here. Because we really need our other rook to defend this rook. Knight c2, that's a mysterious move. So, let's try something. No, we're blundering this pawn. I just realized we're blundering that pawn. How to defend? Let's go here since we evacuated the bishop. And he played rook to d4. That's really interesting, actually. And what is the purpose? I don't know, so time to create our own counterplay. We couldn't just sit here and wait. We need to make progress in the position. And of course, time. Always time. Time is a factor of the game, after all. Wow, he's 25 bullet. I don't know why second bullet. It's like, I'm only 2,000 and I even actually play some games. I'm 2266 rapid because I don't play rapid, but I do play bullet and I'm just stuck at that rating. Probably because 1+0 is kind of unfair for high rated players. If you guys like, I might be playing bullet, taking on some challenge in the future. And he still haven't responded yet, which is funny. If we think further, I think we might just change strategy and just went for a flag. Is he trying to sacrifice or something? Otherwise, there's no reason to think this long. No, bishop h6 doesn't really work. Knight e3, knight g4. Perhaps, but doesn't really scare me though. So he played a3 in the end. And let's target this knight. Knight e3, we'll play here. These are all weak squares, like that. And he doubled rooks, which is strange. Let's first target his rook. Make him waste a bit of time more. And now... Is